And we're live on match day as Doug reaches for a buffalo wing. He's got it! Oh, and he's gone for a can of Pepsi too! What a finish! There's no doubt about it. It just tastes better. Match days deserve Pepsi.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Excuse me, taxi!
Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Sunday morning. With us today is Congresswoman Nicole Malliotakis, and one great congresswoman, the only Republican congresswoman in the 5 boroughs of New York City. Well, Nicole, what do you have to say this Sunday morning? Next week is already 4th of July.
Yes, John, there's a lot of festivities that are taking place already in Washington, and next week on the 3rd and the 4th, people who live in New York City should actually go down to the harbor. If you're on Staten Island, you could go to Fort Wadsworth or the Alice Austin House. If you're in Brooklyn, you can go to Shore Road Park. If you're in Manhattan, you can go to the West Side, but you'll see a parade of ships coming in from around the world, naval ships. And it'll be fantastic. And this will begin on the 3rd throughout the 4th. And even on the Gravesend side, you'll be able to see some stuff. So people should really take advantage of this once, I think, in a lifetime experience, right? We're never going to celebrate the 250th anniversary of this great country. And there'll be huge fireworks displays on the 4th along our waterways as well. And so we're really excited about this. John, for 250 years, we've been the greatest country that offered the most opportunity to people from around the world. And, we're celebrating also the 1-year anniversary of the signing of the Working Families Tax Package, the largest tax cut package in history for American families, for working people, for senior citizens, right? We see no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, the Social Security refunded to tens of millions of seniors. And these are significant provisions that people benefited from this year. We're seeing the economy grow as a result of so many of the lower tax rates and small business provisions that helped smaller businesses invest and expand and grow. And our GDP is growing as a result of it. So we have a lot to celebrate. But again, John, we have to preserve our freedoms and liberties, which probably brings you to the next topic about what happened in this week's local elections.
I mean, we had this week's local elections has the common sense part of the Democratic Party scrambling. It has people reevaluating how far is this socialism going to go in the country.
Yeah, look, it's very concerning, and I saw this monster grow as a member of the state legislature. You had folks like, Governor Cuomo and now Governor Hochul and others who just refused to push back against this radical fringe. In fact, they moved more and more to the left over the years to cater to that radical fringe out of self-preservation. And as a result of that, John, this monster basically grew and ate them alive. We saw that happen with Cuomo last year when he ran for mayor. We now saw it with multiple incumbents in the Democrat Party being taken out by this socialist radical wing. And it's very scary because these are people who believe we should have no jails, we should have no police, we should have no borders. One of them, the one who defeated Adriana Aspayat in the Bronx, actually says that we should defund our military. These are very obviously extreme radical positions. And as what's very disturbing is that we only saw 7% of Democrats actually vote in that primary in the Bronx. Turnout was extremely low across the city. About 17% of eligible registered voters who had primaries voted. And that's very unfortunate. And I think people need to wake up. Remember, you and I are Greek. And what did Plato warn of? If you don't vote, you're going to be ruled by evil men. That is the price of apathy. That is exactly what Plato warned.
Not enough people voted in last week's election.
And let's not make the same mistake now come November. I think if we want to stop these radicals from being in the majority and taking control in a situation where Hakeem Jeffries would be speaker and basically beholden to them. He's going to have to cater to this radical fringe group out of self-preservation. Again, and if that's the case, that's why we need to make sure that we need to keep this Republican majority. It is so critical. And let me add one last thing, John. I did a press conference with the local ICE director in New York, and just over the last few weeks, they arrested and removed from our streets individuals who were convicted of murder, manslaughter, rape, sex crimes. So this fight that we're having right now with Mandani and Hochul, who want to make it impossible for Homeland Security to do their job and arrest these individuals and remove them from our streets. Look at the crop that they just picked up on the streets. People that were on the loose. And we had, it's shocking. It's shocking that someone can be convicted of murder and that ICE has to go and find them as opposed to these guys turning them over and making it an easy transition to get these folks deported. And so I want to highlight that because that list of crimes that I saw just in the last few weeks was really horrendous. And Kathy Hochul's new law is going to really make it even harder for ICE to keep our city safe.
Well, we fight hard, and we're going to fight hard. What does our boss say in Washington? Fight, and we're going to fight hard to make sure New York City survives in the right way.
Well, look, as Abraham Lincoln also warned, that if America is going to be destroyed, it'll be from within. And that's what we need to be most vigilant about right now.
But I like your statement that which Greek philosopher said it?
Plato.
And what say it again?
Plato, author of the Republic. He warned that the price that good men pay for apathy in public affairs is to be ruled by evil men. That was what he said, and he was absolutely right. You don't vote, you end up with terrible people in elected office. So we need massive turnout this November. And I look forward to also being on the ballot as the only Republican who represents our city in Washington. I hope people will follow me at NicoleForNY.com.
Thank you so much, Nicole Malliotakis, and we'll catch up with you again real soon.
Thank you, John.